Right, to clean up Fort Joy.
Swish. The Magisters certainly don't spare expenses, do they?
Blood Rain. Cautionary pamphlets. Wonder if we could utilize this. It's not an easy thing necessarily to move around. We could hide behind it if things go badly in the fight next door. It also allows you to see through it, so it's much more convenient block than a lot of other things. We could actually go in another direction. We can also lure the enemies here and throw them off. Unless they have teleportation abilities, they're not getting up. So we might not have to do any of that, but it's a backup plan. Good to have a plan B. Okay, there's at least two mages and a judge.
Regardless, it's important you know why this must be done.
They're all level 4, so how big of a problem can they really be?
I would never harm you. My methods will bring you closer to his perfect will. Your source will be gone, but your sacrifice will mean the salvation of hundreds, thousands.
That's my fireball.
We don't know from whence these beasts came, but we do know source calls them.
Poison would work fairly well in combination with the other things we can do. I don't think Winter Blast is particularly useful here. Ice Fan could still be.
Alice, in her great wisdom, granted us a gift. A gift. A sacrament, a cure in one. Pay attention. Oh, a shame they become so docile. Regardless, it's important you know why this must be done. We are of the divine. I. My methods will bring you closer to his perfect will. Yes, your source
Actually
will be
pickpocket
gone,
these.
but your sacrifice will mean the salvation of hundreds, thousands. You will be cured of something entirely dangerous. We don't know from whence these beasts came, but we do know source calls them.
Don't have anything worth stealing, really.
This much is clear. Source runs through your veins. It must be restrained. But Dallas, in her great wisdom... Guards! What's this elven prison?
Your Honor, you! Who let you out?
The Magister.
It's for the...
Let's not be... Tell me, Source.
Sister, do not...
Something happened to mine? Yep. More or less, it's the ability is now on cooldown. If it explodes on its own, 40 points of damage more or less. Can't really affect all of the guys anyway. Oil thirst. Two mages, that's a lot of potential spellcasting power thrown our way. I'm going to put Oriban to sleep. I think that'll work. They'll attack him and remove it, but they'll waste one of their attacks to do it. He's the High Judge is a little bit too damaging of a fighter for us to be able to ignore him. For God's sakes. Slightly in the incorrect position. Slightly incorrect position is good enough though, apparently. For fuck's sake. Where exactly is this hitting? The ceiling. Right, the arc is weird. I was sort of hoping I might be able to kill him, but I don't think that's possible anymore. If he moves in a wrong way though, he'll die. That was my biggest worry. want to kill at least one of the mages before doing any kind of maneuvering. Not good enough. He's dead. Might be able to neutralize him too. Melee guys are grouped nicely, so I don't think they're gonna be too much of a problem too. A lot of my abilities are coming out of cooldown. I think I sort of want to keep the burning there this time. More abilities are coming out of cooldown on the next turn. Abilities allow me to control things. Right, I don't see any particular danger from anything they do as far as my own safety is concerned. What exactly does shock do? Dodging, negative, action point recovery, negative, air resistance, negative. Do a little bit of extra damage to one of them. Right, they have physical damage only at this point. How the fuck is he out of sight? still a fight. Small masterwork. Also someone's arm. Just regular arm. Fair enough. Some useful essences. Mostly pointless crap though. If I go down, I don't think I have the ability to jump back up again, so let's not do that. There should be plenty of minor fights still here. Nothing else, we'll get decent amount of loot out of it. We want to switch spells. We're going to have to go to the outside to do additional fighting. Dazing Bolt doesn't make much sense. It's way too expensive compared to what it actually does. Might as well just take a basic electric discharge. But that only works if we take the Dazing Bolt too. If not, we might as well take a cold attack.
Go and tell your Grandmaster that.
It's everything to do with the Paladins. You son.
Want to approach that particular fight from a different angle if I can. We also need to switch the teleportation ability to something I can use while in stealth. We can fight some of them without the friendly guy taking part, that would also be fine. My biggest problem is not survival, it's trying to keep him alive.
Are these beasts from God's know where, eh?
Not really. Violent.
Safe.
We can.
I sort of want to get rid of the archer now. Sure I can. You have to go and protect the paladin quickly. There's at least 2 to 3 enemies attacking him solely at this moment. That's not acceptable. I can probably teleport part of the way, but only part of the way.
Make sure Cork doesn't leave.
Cancel the slow. Just protect him for a turn. I can get rid of that guy in the meantime. We probably should aim for a higher elevation ourselves. I'm not too worried about Paladin. He does have a shield and no one can attack him from an elevated position anymore. Still, he has no armor. Can't ignore that. Might as well heal the bugger while we're at it. Right, the archers are contributing too much damage to this. So if one of you could come back here and join the fight with me, that would be great. Ooh, there's an oil barrel there too. Be a shame if it would explode. Well, the Magister captain will die without a doubt. My armor will hold against a single shitty attacker easily. I'm gonna go and help the paladin though. I think he'll win this, but don't see a point in risking anything. He'll leave this swordsman here on his own, doing whatever he wants to do. It's a wrap-up job at this point.
By Lucian's sword, these Magisters are madmen. Are you alright, Elf? I'm glad to hear. He paused. I still can't believe they had the gall to attack me. Our grand... But we've stood about talking long enough. And this place... For my part, after that, I was once told I must be off.
Not sure what the consequences is later on is. Doesn't matter. I think we'll might meet him later on. Just not sure what the real positive of that is. We can get another level up if we clear out the inner sections of Fort Droid. I want to pay attention to a little bit of it, how much damage boost are we gonna get. Something simple. So this is 26 to 28. Just want to get some sort of an idea. There should be a lot of little stuff here. Not sure if it's worth all that much. Doesn't really have to be though. Want a couple of water balloons. Okay, it doesn't work like that. So it's some form of a tedious way where we have to put the water in a container, then used on intestines. We don't need a huge amount of it, but having a couple in storage is very useful. Sometimes we just can't have a rain available or a spell or available or something like that. We do desperately need to douse the fire or create a water surface. The guards outside probably have a key for some of this. Restoration scroll. Well, a key to something. Another key. There should be some decent treasure here, I do recall that. Nails being probably more of the less valuable but most useful ones. There should still be other things. Also, I'm not a big fan of opening doors or lowering ladders of any type. It seems like we can easily abuse that, while some enemies have the ability to traverse such terrain easily, but most of them don't, so we can easily take advantage of that. Another repair hammer, I guess. A lemon. I have no idea what use lemon would be. Of course you can make lemonade, but it's not gonna be all that useful, is it? Air grapes. Out of curiosity, any obvious scrolls they would be used on? Most of the ingredients for scrolls are source orbs, different type of essences, tormented souls, that sort of thing. But there are a few others. But they would be the supporting things, right? Planar Gateway uses grapes, Ethereal Storm uses carrots, that sort of stuff. Honey for Dominate Mind. Well, pretty much every... Ooh, Disembodied Hand is used on something. Holy shit, we have to hold on to Disembodied Hands. Infection is Intestines, Shadow Essence, and Paper. That's actually quite good for... It's a very low ingredient requirement, and infect is something I don't usually want to carry around. If we have to do physical damage, we basically can't do it with the spells alone, but if we have scroll support on that, that's a different matter. Any of the others? Don't think so. There's a few here and there always are. Here is used for tornado. Right. I don't think it's worth to just carry all this shit around with us though. That's the important point. So yeah, we might have use for it here and there, but not that bad. We can be less picky when we have a ship container we can dump every day, every extra thing in. We can use that for a crafting base basically. I'm pretty sure there should be nails and things like that still here. Amount of nails? No, we already missed some interesting stuff. Some of the towers, I'm pretty sure, these small towers will be hiding something interesting. You bother to clean the place out a little bit. Like, nothing amazing, but something like a small treasure chest. Yeah, there's one. Definitely one. Thievery gauntlets. Okay, that alone is very useful. That's Thievery 3 on demand now. And definitely we're going to start pushing a Lore Master over Thievery at this point. I think we can push Thievery to levels where we're comfortable with, even without any extra skill in them. Lore Master on the other hand is something that's not really that optional. I need to be able to see what works on the enemies. I mean, I could memorize and test, but it's not worth it. I prefer the convenience. This reminds me, I'm pretty sure I ignored... Ooh, worm trimmer. Burn it. But I'm pretty sure I ignored one block chest and just moved on earlier in the game. Don't really recall where that was though. It was very early on. We're gonna go back for it. Pretty sure it's not that important really, but still, I don't want to leave them behind. I do have some sort of recollection where it might be, so it's not like I'm blindly going around looking for it. It was near Fort Joy, probably... I mean, the ghetto part. Probably almost immediately after we got there. Like the crocodilians or something along those lines. Carrots were used for something. 2 carrots there.
50 bottles of tears, oh. Make the hinges rust.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What did you say?
These 2 guys will kill each
That's what
other. I
happened,
wonder if I can
isn't
pick a
it?
fight with one of them.
Please.
You're talking.
Oh, for the...
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's...
A flat.
She never.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward...
Don't feel too bad. Fella had no decency. If you don't have that, you don't have anything to live for.
He nods at you.
Wouldn't
Doesn't
have a
care.
thing about you and I.
Yeah, it's definitely the crocodilians. Yeah. Okay, glad I didn't have to waste time on this one. Welcome skill book. Can we combine water with something else? Actually we can. We do have some of the skill books too. Might not be a horrible idea. More or less could do the ability to get magical armor from ice. Alternatively we'll have to wait. What necromancy? Oh, that's blood drain. Ah, well, it's not a huge deal to sit on these. We'll find a use for it. Right, then there's lower levels of the fortune. Might as well wrap that up too. The fights don't seem to take that long.
The shrine depicts
We're
Lucy
way
the
over
Divine,
level for this.
avatar of the low. Your knees buckle.
It's also enough to give me a level up. I think we have more or less like a 1 level edge compared to a lot of the enemies at this point. Where's the rats? There you are. Want the rat tail. Don't really care about her either. But what would I don't want to go around killing everyone just because I might be able to squeeze a little bit of extra experience out of things. There are exceptions, so I just want to test some things, but there's also benefit in leaving things alive. We could kill the silent monks. Still, each and every one of them has about 200 hit points. It's gonna take some time. Better go for the important fight first. Although, do you even care? Now they're gonna come at me one at a time, so pretty much irrelevant. Right, it wasn't that bad of a job. You can kill them individually fast enough. And there's quite a few of them though. Now the 200 XP apiece, you can get a couple of, closer to a couple of thousand at least. And I ignite it first. I was hoping he would get the burning. And I could have spontaneous combustion to that fire and added another fire to the grenade. Well, Shadow Essence, that's not bad. Yeah, I think there was some sort of recipe that uses Shadow Essences fairly well. Intestines, maybe? Shadow Essence, Intestines... Yeah, the Infect, right. Shadow Essence doesn't have all that much use. The better versions are a different matter, but we have plenty of it, and no, this doesn't work. We need paper, naturally. Oh, I can't use the reports to do this. It has to be a sheet of paper. We might as well dump these then at some point. Right, Infect Scroll. Couple should do. Might want to have other uses for those items. Right, you are burning. Great. Combust. Burn and be poisoned. Burn some more. So we alter the sequence a little bit, we do more damage. monks left. Still, there's always a possibility that the fight might sort of move in this direction. I don't want these to take part in it. So better clear them out now. Life Essence, very welcome. I really have no idea where you would use Life Essence though. Maybe it's not scrolls so much as something else. Well, that didn't go as planned. Right, that's a lot of the preliminary work done. We need to just basically choose where do we exactly want to fight. Also, I need to get an idea of your resistances. Meat golems are irrelevant. Poison and fire resistance is the big thing, so avoid those. You're the main problem. No real notable resistances.
That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore.
I think the current selection of abilities will suffice just fine.
Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me.
It's not
You aren't
exactly
tired of my stories, are you?
perfect by any means, but it should suffice.
That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore.
Right.
Oh, but I've told you about that many times before.
I think he's gonna teleport to us the second he sees us.
You aren't
That's fine.
stories, are
Let him do that.
you? Can you even hear me in there?
Who are you, you lovely little fairy?
I'm not sure I want him to have the lava grenade, but it would be very, very tough to... I could barter for it. I would get it back when he dies. I don't care. I really, really don't.
He reaches out and places a hand on yours.
Aha! Please, come in. Well, this is my playground. A little sanctuary. You're not listening.
Come, darlings. Time to die for Papa.
I think there's all that much I can do on this turn, but I might be able to screw him over a little bit. Right, I can cause him to call to sleep. Not sure how much that will eventually end up helping us though. At least he won't run away easily. Also, are you undead? I don't think so. Definitely not. They can attack to wake him up. Hopefully it only happens after his turn is passed. There's one guy that has a real possibility to do it, the next one. Yep, if he can do it, yeah, he'll do it. But he silenced him and suffocated him in exchange to doing that, so he can't actually use the abilities. Right, he's now attacking his own guys. Yeah, I guess the AI sort of interpreted the fact that he successfully caused status effects to appear as a hostile action. I can't really blame them either. I don't particularly care how he interprets them though. I should be able to attack one of them. The effect should travel to the next guy with it. Just don't want you to be here. Might get the bright idea of interfering with my business again. Yeah, they're successfully fighting each other. Makes my job a little bit easier. So the improved tactical AI is not exactly just a positive thing. They're quite a bit smarter, but they can be too smart to look for themselves. And I should be able to kill him fairly easily at this point. Except he's protected fairly well. I can't leave him alone though. That's just something I can't afford. Silent monks look to lose this fight against the meat golem. It's fine by me. If I get 200 experience points from these guys each, I'll get a level up. Hello friends. Oh, this was pretty perfect for me. Now there won't be doing anything anymore. How do you feel about poison damage? They're fairly resistant, but they're not immune. Wouldn't say perfect, but good enough. Picking up the tongs so I can make trap disarming kits out of them. Probably should do it. They very likely have a decent amount of weight to them. History of forbidden objects. Glowing Idol Rebirth. I read about that one. It's a reward you can get from the spider woman that takes a bite out of you. Lowers your constitution by 2 and it gives you some sort of reward in exchange.
What is this? Some sort of Magister weapon?
What it does is when you die, it will basically resurrect you then there. You can keep recharging it. So it would be very useful. But I don't think it's useful for us. I feel like if you get killed, pretty much it's a catastrophic failure for our part anyway. Even so, I don't want to invest in skills that would sort of cheat death. I think that's more of a for people who want to play the Iron Man mode, where you simply cannot. Well, dying is a gigantic catastrophe, and there's no going back from that. So then the automatic resurrection abilities are much more valuable.
Are you watching this?
We can just load and redo, or just redo them in another way. Failure is not that big of a problem. Its biggest problem is that it consumes time. I'd rather plan around success than failure anyway. It's wasted talents, wasted abilities, wasted the resource using. Everything's wasted. On the off chance that someone gets you plan things a little bit wrong, or someone gets a lucky shot at you, it's a huge investment for something that might never even end up happening. While on the other hand, if you invest on success, that's something you basically see a result in every fight you fight. Right, what exactly did we get? Yeah, we either take Warfare or Polymorph. I'm leaning toward Polymorph. Warfare in and of itself wouldn't really give us anything. It's the specialty spells. Ability to ignore cloud effects, armor from oil, extra healing abilities or sparks. They're sort of fine. And I'm going to take the at least 1 point in Warfare at some point. Very likely at least. But Polymorph is genuinely very useful, and Polymorph 5 is pretty much mandatory if we want to achieve great things in this game. So let's take it now. We should be able to learn at least one skill book immediately. Bleed Fire. Doesn't seem like all that interesting of a skill, but it does lower their fire resistance, regardless of what they have. Where is it? Enemies will bleed fire when hit. Reduces fire resistance by 20%. Also creates a small fire surface beneath each target and ignites surfaces in the area. Really, it's 1 point that allows you to reduce enemy fire resistance by 20 points, and I think that's not burning effect. So burning effect fire resistance would be on top of that. So for a single point, we can increase our damage by 20% as long as it's fire. For 1 point of action point used, that's not a bad trade. Still, it's nothing amazing either. Maybe better than combustion at least. We should test it out at the very least. With more fire abilities, it might be better.
You again, lady. A bad man found. Please help.
Get a little bit of experience out of this, if nothing else. You're gonna just disappear, right? Maybe we can find her back where we first met him. Her. Do you have anything to do in Fort Joy? I don't think so. Maybe loot some minor things, like body parts we can see from here. Want to see if the blood disappears. Seems to be blocking our access to try to teleport this away. It targets the blood instead of the body parts. How would you get rid of that? I need fire, basically. Something to vaporize it away. Doesn't have movable area there, so I can't go in myself. Oil doesn't usually last. Yeah, the blood isn't going anywhere, that's clear. Might not be regular blood. I didn't see an ability. Yeah, maybe with powerful telekinesis you might be able to pick that up. Where's the hand to grab it? Just don't see any opportunity to take up. You can sort of, if you highlight it, then you can try to interact with it, but not without that. It's always blood, 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 blood. What disappeared here for a while? Just blood. Like a surface of blood on the body part. I can't do anything about it. Right, there's a way to get it. I'm not sure what it would be. Still, we should have a couple body parts.
A sea voyage. Children and...
Yeah, it's just a body part. Their hand is probably the same.
You had a taste for wine and egg. Your mind is empty as a new moon. Something seems...
Okay. Yeah, I think Fort Joy is pretty much wrapped up at this point. Wilderness is the only thing. Wilderness on the eastern side is the only thing left. Do I need to buy something? I have a lot of loot, so I should at least get rid of it, even if I don't want to buy anything. We should have 7 spells per element. Or skill. At least. I don't think we have air. Air has those spells and nothing else has them. Does Earth have them? Yeah, Earth and air. We need 1 extra water. It's the group armor resist increase. It wouldn't be a horrible idea to have it, but I don't think I will ever use it. There must be more vital things we could buy. Necromancy, I suppose. Yeah, let's go with Polymorph. That's in the Seeker camp, has a good Polymorph salesman.
Sir Gareth, did you find...
I'll take a quick look at my equipment though. I might have gotten an upgrade a long time ago and that's what I did. Thievery Gauntlet is the only thing we're gonna hold on to. Teleportation is not important enough anymore. Probably should hold on to an alternative armor.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep.
Pyrokinetic instead of strength. Yeah, this is somewhat better.
The 7 watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes.
And the Magister Mantle. Right, we have a lot of crap we could sell.
Sir Gareth, did you find any sign of him?
Right, let's see what we have the Bullhorn skill book. Chameleon Cloak could be useful here and there, because it might make stealing easier. It's not exactly great though. Chicken Claw is a must. Medusa Head is great, but we don't quite have the skill for it yet. Tentacle Lash, that's good.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
We don't really have daggers, so these are all wasted.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death.
Strength, Pyrokinetic, and equipment slot.
Please come back.
Might be worth buying. Finesse armor. Really better than what we are currently using.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
Only for 900. there's a good chance we can just find these, and the opponents we face would be a lot lower level than us, so...
The
Meh.
seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee
I
head.
think we should put some effort into buying essences. They're fairly cheap, don't weigh a lot, and you can... everything is worth something.
Smoke and screams.
What was the water resistance
Coats of
one?
death.
I need that.
Gareth,
There's the ice dragon we still have to face after all. It's the blue gill. I have one. I'll take these. I can combine them into creating a couple of potions, probably give me borderline immunity, if not outright immunity.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
please, Armada. Bless
Spear Brachus Rex. Am I ever going to use this? It would be a very desperate situation,
coats of death.
so probably not.
Gareth,
If I'm not gonna a single dagger of some sort makes sense though, because we do need a tool, just in case. Bleed, Blackstaff, Silence. I'll hold on to the pocket knife instead.
please, Armada.
Wished bonny barn, now don't you cry.
Your humble servant.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams.
He has a ton of cash, so we can dump all equipment pieces on him.
Gareth, please come back.
Teleportation gloves could be useful at some point though. We know gold is used here and there. Right, so we basically got some useful resources and saw a little bit of cash.
The birds are asleep.
A lot of free carry weight. Not bad.
The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your head.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death.
Now we have at least 3 attack spells, range attack spells, if we need to do physical damage, so that's not bad. We also have scrolls to support that. What do we need for Tentacle Lash scrolls? It's a rat tail, naturally, but there was there's another requirement. Life, essences. Life is required for Holomorph then. Yeah, wings and sinew is life. Anything else of interest? Heart of Steel, Life and Metal. But there aren't that many.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
Still, they are useful. Chicken foot is the chicken claw attack, things like that. So actually, yeah, I'll take that back. That's potentially very useful. How many life essences do I have? That's the only use for them though. I don't have a chicken claw. I'd like to have an atrophy scroll.
Please come back.
One was for sinew. What the hell was the sinew one? It's the wings, so ability to fly, but I don't see us needing that all that regularly. We have our teleportation abilities already.
Bless and protect your humble servant.
Tentacle Lash. Chicken Claw would be another good one to have as a scroll form. So basically a powerful disable ability that we can throw in the battle on demand regardless of what we have selected as our standard abilities. Yeah, I think I'll leave things here. Ah yeah, we have 3 attributes to spend. Extra strength wouldn't be bad, simply for the carry weight situation. We are still always gonna have to carry a decent amount of crap. We could take... yeah, memory wouldn't hurt us either. I mean, sooner or later we're gonna need it. Intelligence is most of our damage. Memory... we don't really need strength at this second, so maybe I could sit down at one point. Or push it into intelligence. It is extra damage. It does benefit greatly. 26 to 28 was the fireball damage, now it's 34 to 38. It's a significant increase. I think I'll push it further.
Smoke and
Wished
screams.
bonny barn, now don't you
Echoes of
cry.
death.
The birds are asleep.
No, I'll take the strength now.
Please come back.
The seven
Maybe we
will
should
show us
fortify this
you're
place.
safe.
I'm
Make
basically
a stand.
deadly afraid that I'll end up in a situation where I have to worry about carry
We don't
weight
have the
again.
time. Think, damn
Imagine
it.
us having to
Gareth
lock
would know
on
what to
some
do.
anything a little bit heavier, and we're basically out of it immediately. And we're going to have to carry around crafting components for a while at least. At the same time, intelligence is guaranteed to be useful right now. So I think I'll take the extra damage. Right, 37 to 41. Notable improvement.
Wished bonny barn.
And offensive power is something I planned on prioritizing, so we should then take it.
Echoes of death. Gareth.
The seven will show
What do we
us
want?
you're safe
We
in
want
bed.
fire, poison, earth,
So close your
some
sweet
cold
eyes
attacks in there
and
too.
rest your wee head.
A lot of these are too expensive, that's the main problem. I'll take ignition and maybe adrenaline. No, combustion isn't exactly horrible either.
Wished
It
bonny
does
barn,
explode
now
in an
don't
area
you
of
cry.
effects.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven will
Right.
show us you're safe in bed.
And we're gonna head to aid
Close your
Gareth.
sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Gareth.